not supposed to be laughing before.
It's a comedy show.
Before we start. That's a pre-laugh. Welcome, whether you're new or if you know. This is
Hashtag Just Saying the podcast.
And let's get the prostitution out of the way. Join us on the corner. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Make it rain.
It's warmer.
You can watch the first 40 here on the YouTubes. Give your ears a treat. Listen to the whole show where streaming things are streamed. You can watch pre-show banter and Trivia Tuesdays on TikTok. That's at hashtag Just Saying.
Yes.
Spell it right out. It's all one word.
Yes.
That's it.
It was a good one this week.
What was a good one?
The trivia.
Yes. Sean was the quiz master this week.
I made up the questions.
Did you make them up all on your own, or did you?
Very tough question.
Mostly? Oh, all right.
One of them I had to look into.
I just go digging.
Google it.
I want to make it more fun.
Google it.
Questions that both you would know.
Well, I mean,
I didn't know some of them. I was like,
Questions I thought you all would know.
I know.
In 1955.
That kind of went sideways, didn't it?
In 1724. No.
How was everybody's hiatus?
Good.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your escapade?
My escapade?
Your adventure.
Yeah.
I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
And at one point I turned to him and I said, I'm looking forward to going home. And he said, why? And I said, because I do less work at home than I do here. It was every day.
Yeah. Every night.
We didn't finish, and we still didn't really finish everything. But we didn't finish until about Friday afternoon.
Damn.
Doing everything we needed to. The guy...
Wasn't your flight like Saturday morning?
Flight was Sunday.
Oh, Sunday
morning. We had to get up.
Crack of dawn.
I'll save that for later.
Do they do daylight savings over there?
They do, but not yet. It's coming up.
Oh.
Couple weeks.
They're delayed?
They're still in the past?
They have a delay.
We're
not like the Americans. We do it differently over here.
We're in a hurry.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
So it was a whole week of just... Because this guy, instead of being courteous and just, giving the floor a sweep as he moved out, there was just shit everywhere.
Oh.
So I was like, well... So we had like garbage bags full of stuff. And then upstairs, there was a rug. There's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And there was a rug in all the rooms.
Even the bathroom?
Even the bathroom.
Why'd you put a rug in the bathroom?
I have no idea. It's not uncommon, though, to have that.
Like fully carpeted?
I'm going to have like a mat. When you come out of the shower, you step on the mat. But
No, it wasn't a mat. It was like a green, almost like an artificial turf type.
Ew.
Yeah. I was like, this has got to go.
Play golf in there?
Probably could have.
Mini golf?
Tea time?
We double pun. I love a double pun. We walked in the house and it kind of had like when a house hasn't really been occupied and it has like a stale smell.
Yeah.
So it had like a real stale smell. And Jay looks at me and he goes, "It smells." And I said, "No, he grew up in a smoker house, so he has like no sense of smell at all." So I said, "Well, if you can smell something, it must be bad."
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I don't know what I smell, but I smell something." So I said, okay.
It was unpleasant.
Apparently. I don't know what he was smelling. So he was convinced it was all the rugs. And we were pulling up the rugs anyway.
Okay.
So he was
to
like...
the walls.
Yeah. So he was like...
Tear them down.
Well, I got some like Glade plug-it-in things. I got surprised to no one. I got these plug-it-in things. So eventually it smelled of pine, which was nice. Pine and bleach. I said it's like a crime scene in here.
My eyes are burning, but it smells good.
Yeah. Because the first day we started cleaning and I like bleached the walls and we washed the floors and the second day we pulled up the rugs because he had enough of that. But we landed.
Just put them outside.
Yeah, we just rolled him up and put him outside. We eventually brought him to the landfill.
Oh.
So we landed, and my first plan of attack was to get a toilet seat because the toilet didn't have a toilet seat.
Oh.
You definitely need that.
Yes. Just
And toilet paper.
not just for aesthetic purposes. Oh yeah, toilet paper as well. We got that as well.
TP for the bunghole.
So, and the plan was to get
For comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. I go triple ply for comfort. So our plan was.
Charmin?
Oh yeah, I love Shaman. That's my brand.
They have like an easy tear.
Well, I don't know about that, and
I don't get the point. Like,
I don't like the bears. I don't understand why
if
the
you
bears.
can't tear toilet paper, then what's?
Notice the family keeps changing. Blue bear, red bear, blue bear.
Yeah, it's weird.
Pick a color.
Some people are offended by it.
By the
I
bears.
don't like the red bears.
Yeah,
They want to make them blue.
they seem mean. I don't know.
Grr.
Built
So
up anger.
we stopped and we got that stuff, and the plan was to get like a what do you call that? Inflatable mattress.
Air mattress, yeah.
Yeah. The store we were stopping at had none of those.
Oh, what was the name of the
And
store?
the name of the store was B&M, which was B&M. It was it's akin to Walmart.
Akin?
Akin to Walmart.
We're cousins.
Not exact. Not exact. But it's that's the closest thing to that I could give you.
Okay.
And we went there just about every day.
Really?
There was that store and what they call a DIY store, which would be like Lowe's or Home Depot.
Okay.
That one's called the B&Q.
Mind your
So-
B's and Q's.
What's a B for in all these stores?
So we went to both of those stores just about every day.
Really?
And so on the first day, no air mattress. So I'm like, okay, well, we need to figure this out quick.
Now, do you have like the
Because-
conversion money?
No, we don't need. You don't need to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No,
In
you
different
can
countries
just,
use different money.
well, they do, but you can just use your card and your bank will convert it on its own.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, leave me out of it. Just
Cool.
tell me how much you. Just tell me how much you.
Calculations. 25 quid.
How much you think I should pay?
25 pounds.
Now that'd be about $29.
Oh. Good for the brand on Dara.
Well, that's just quick rounding.
That's quick.
They were at the
So-
store long enough to figure that out.
Yeah. So they didn't have the inflatable mattress. So and the problem is that stores they're very strict on their closing times.
Really?
And we were coming up on everything closing for the day.
Oh, no.
So I know. So I found an IKEA that was just a little bit past our house.
All right.
So we went to the IKEA. I ordered the mattress online. Did a pickup. We went to the IKEA. We grabbed the mattress. We go to the house. Now, I can't speak for all of Europe,
Okay.
but I will say for England, if you are not home for an Amazon delivery, they will not leave it on your doorstep.
Really?
You have to be home, or they will A, re-deliver it, or B, leave it with a neighbor.
You don't know any neighbors?
We do not. So when we showed up at the house, there was because they have in my door has a little mail slot where the guy just tosses the mail in, so it lands all over the floor.
Sorry, missed you.
Lands all over the floor. We had a little Amazon slip that said, "Hey, you weren't home. We left your package with Emma." And I'm like,
It's Emma.
that was what I was saying.
Knock on every door till you find an Emma.
I said, "Where is Emma, and why does she have our stuff?" So,
Cheerio, pip pip.
He's trying to help you meet the neighbors.
so Jay and I, first of all, the first thing he said when we walked through the door was, "Kind of smells." And then we were bringing in our stuff.
Wasn't there a broken window? I was like,
There was a broken window, but I had a board over it.
oh, okay.
I'm still dealing with getting the window fixed, by the way.
Damn.
That's a
I
whole
I thought you had
thing.
somebody set up to do
I'm still
that.
waiting for my
I
bathroom
did.
to get fixed.
I did. What that ended up, the window story is actually very quick. What
Okay.
that ended up with is the guy wanted cash. I didn't have any cash, and when you withdraw money out of the ATM, you get penalized about $10.
Wow.
So I wasn't going to spend the amount of money. So I was like, well, we're gonna have to figure out something else.
Got him a check.
So I ended up not getting it fixed, but I have a property manager and they're dealing with it now. So I'm like, you fix it. Now I'm in America now. I can't be dealing with this. So the next thing that I realized when we walked in the house was it felt like it was about 30 degrees. I was like, this is Sean's apartment in here.
Yep. I was gonna say it sounds like my igloo.
Brr.
Sean's apartment's wicked cold. This place was cold, and the whole bottom,
That's thanks to National Grid.
the bottom floor was completely open.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God. So we were bringing in the stuff, and then we did the toilet seat. That was like one of the first things we did. Brought in the stuff, and we're kind of looking at each other like, okay, it's really cold. So in the U.S., where we have like the boilers in the basement,
Mhm.
they have the equivalent. It's usually in the kitchen, and it's either in a cupboard or just affixed to the wall. Mine is like affixed to the wall, so it's like
Hot
this
water
big.
heater.
It's this big box,
Okay.
and it controls your electricity, your heat, all that stuff.
Got it.
And in addition to that,
Utilities.
in addition to that, there's a fuse box, but that's upstairs. By the way, there's 13 steps
You counted?
all the way to the bathroom. Yes, I did, Joe.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yep. The second I had an inclination that I might have to go to the bathroom, I'm like, I better start ascending the steps.
There's no one on the first floor?
There's no bathroom on the first floor. It's upstairs.
Yet.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
We're going to go porta potty.
I'm like, we could put there's a little closet in the thing. I'm like, we could put a little porta potty in there.
There you go.
And
Anyway.
in the house.
So Jay turns on the boiler thing. We think we're getting the heat going. So we're starting to like unpack stuff. We're doing stuff. Then I find the Amazon slip that says Emma's got our shit. But on the back of the slip, the guy had written number 52. So I was like, we know where she lives.
What number are you?
48.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, we
She's
can go
close.
we can go get our stuff. Right?
But what if she's not home?
So I sent Jay.
Emma.
I sent Jay because I have a feeling I didn't want to deal with Emma.
Right.
But Jay likes to talk. I bet
Jay-
he took an hour.
Jay pretends
Is
that
Emma old or young?
Well, Emma was probably a couple years older than Jay and I.
Okay.
Jay pretends that he's an incredibly introverted person, but when you get him in Europe, holy crap, he doesn't. He's a chatterbox. Chatterbox. We were in a store. He started talking to this guy, and I just walked away. I said, my leg hurts. I can no longer stand here for this conversation.
I'll be in the car.
Well, I had stuff to buy, so I was like, I'm going to pay for my stuff and wait outside. I'll get to that later because that's a whole story. I'll try to get through everything. So Jay goes to get our stuff. He goes away. I hear him come back, right? He's got a package, and there's a
From
dude.
Emma?
He's got the package, and there's a dude walking in behind him.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, hello?
Emma's boyfriend?
And I'm like, hello? And he goes, hey, how you doing? I'm Stuart.
Stuart? All right. Hi, Stuart.
And he goes, how you doing? And I said, okay. And he goes, good. And he's like, where you from? And I said, Massachusetts. And he goes, oh, what are you doing here?
I live here.
I said, well, we love this country, this house. We bought this house. And he's like, good. Now,
Good.
good. Now, there's an expression that they use in the UK, and I absolutely hate it,
Okay.
right?
Oh, geez.
In the States, we would simply say, keep to yourself.
Okay.
But in the UK, they say, keep yourself to yourself.
Keep yourself to
Keep yourself to yourself. And I hate the expression because it's too many words. You only need to say, keep to
Ow.
yourself. But they say, keep yourself to
Mind
yourself.
your fucking business.
Basically. So he goes, oh, it's a good street, good neighborhood. He's like, but you're going to want to, you just keep yourself to yourself. And as soon as he said it, my jaw clenched.
Oh,
And Jay looks at me and he goes, don't you dare.
Stuart.
Because I just wanted to go, Stuart, that's too many words. All you have to do is say, keep to yourself. So I looked at him and I said, Stuart, you're not being very encouraging. And he goes, no, it's fine. He goes, you'll be fine. And I said, okay.
Now,
I was like,
is Stuart related to Emma?
Stuart is Emma's partner. They are together, perhaps not married.
Partner?
They use partner instead of like
Okay.
boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah, they just say partner.
It's my partner.
Yeah. He's like,
Howdy, partner.
yeah. So he goes, if there's anything you need, just let me know. He's like, I'm happy to help.
No, Stuart, keep yourself to yourself.
So I said, Stuart, perhaps you can help me out. I said, since you offered. And he goes, okay, anything you need. And I said, why is it so fucking cold in here? And he goes, did you turn your boiler on? And I said, I hope so. I said, maybe you could check it. So he goes over the boiler. He's fiddling with it. Lights are going on and off. I'm like, Stuart, what are you doing? And he goes,
Boosh.
it's working. And then he says,
Oh.
did you check the meter? And I went, excuse me?
The meter.
The meter.
Are you serious?
Okay, what meter?
So here's the thing. Okay?
Oh, thermostat.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You think you know, but you don't. So,
Explain how.
what happens is, and in a normal situation, you would have electric and gas, and you would simply be billed per month for these utilities. Yes?
Okay, right.
In this particular situation, there is a meter, and it's pay as you go. So the gas and the electric is pay as you go.
Okay.
So he goes, check your meter for the, if it's you got
What, you
enough
put
on
quarters
it.
in it like a freaking like
So
like a
vibrating
parking meter?
bed?
so he looks around. We find the meter. It's under a cupboard.
Okay.
And he goes, here's your meter here. And I said, all right, Stuart. I was like, what's going on with it? He's like, because I want to be warm. And he goes, oh. He's like, you got to put money on it. He's like, no money on it.
Stuart.
So I said, all right, Stuart. I said, how do we do that?
Credit card.
He goes, you go down to the little, they have little convenience stores. And oftentimes the convenience stores will also have a post office in it,
Okay.
which is handy, I suppose.
All right.
He goes, you go down to the store, you get a little card. It has a little chip in it. He's like, you put it in, boom, you're all done. There's your heat. So I said, all right, Stuart.
For how long?
As much money as you put on it.
Like a parking meter.
So Jay goes down to the
So $100 for like a month or something? I don't know.
Jay goes down to the convenience store. He puts, I don't know, $10 on it, comes back, inserts it in. He's fiddling with it, and he goes, I don't know if I did it right.
Stuart!
And I said, Stuart was already gone. And I said, okay.
Stuart.
Him and his partner.
well, yeah. So I said, well, I said the downstairs is a very open area. I said, so it's going to take a while for it to heat up.
Right.
I said, so let's just give it a little while.
Okay.
So he went over and and the other thing is that nothing's in Fahrenheit, it's all Celsius.
Oh.
So he's like, I think this is like 70 Fahrenheit. He's like, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know the conversion either.
The other horrible thing is that we live in a valley and there's not really good cell service. And we didn't have any Wi-Fi set up yet. So anytime we wanted to look at like online or do anything, we had to get in the car and drive about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was funny because when we would drive into like the B&Q, like we'd get to a certain point and my phone would start going off. And I'm like,
being off the grid.
and I'm like, well, here comes the Wi-Fi. Here comes the cell signal. I'm back on 5G. Thank Christ.
We got 3 bars.
So Jay and I started looking at each other because it's starting to get late. And he goes, let's get something to eat. So we went back over to Stuart.
Can we borrow
Borrow a cup
food?
of sugar.
This time Emma was outside.
Emma.
She was doing something in the car. She sees us and she's like, oh, you Sarah and Jay? And I said, yeah. And she goes, oh, Stuart told me all about you. And I said,
I
okay.
love the freaking
So she goes,
impression of
So she goes,
Stuart.
it's a good street. He's like, good people. She goes,
Good.
but just keep yourself to yourself. And I was like,
Damn it.
I said, I have been in this country.
You made an enemy, Emma.
I've been in this country 5 hours. I've already heard that expression twice. I want to bang my head
From the
against the
same
wall.
household.
I was pissed. So then I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. And she goes, anything you need, let me know. Then she starts doing neighborhood gossip on me. And she's like,
Put her on Jay.
The Smiths over there, they're drug addicts.
she's like, this guy, da-da-da-da. And then she's like, the guy next door to you, he just moved out. They're refurbishing that place. She's like, this one over here just became vacant. She's like, the guy down there has a Airbnb. And I was like, okay.
So she's a neighborhood watch.
I think so. So then we told her, like, it's still cold in the house, despite what Stuart fiddling with everything. And then I said, what's someplace local that's going to be open that we can get something to eat? Because now it's like 7 o'clock,
Okay.
So she's like, oh, I'll get some takeaway menus for you. I'll get some good stuff. So she scurries away. She comes back. She's got some takeout menus, which they call takeaway.
Okay.
So we decide on like a pizza place. I'm like, well, I just want
Or they don't
something.
have like Domino's, is it? Just
No, it wasn't Domino's. It was just like some random thing. And the weird thing is like over there is that like, yeah, like the weird thing over there is that like you'll be driving down the street and it'll look like somebody's house and it's a business. And you like knock on somebody's door and you're like, can I get a sub? Yes, you
Can I get some
can.
towels?
So ultimately, I decided I wasn't going to sleep in the cold.
Right.
And then I unfurled the IKEA mattress only to find that it was like big enough for like my niece. And I was like, wow, this is a really small mattress. And I said, okay, so what are we going to do? And he goes, well, we could both. And I went, we are not. I said, this is a one body mattress. And I said, I mean, I'll sleep on the mattress if you want to sleep on the floor. And he goes,
There's no furniture. That's right.
we don't have
Couches.
furniture yet. Stuff is coming. Like, there's nothing I can do.
Make a nest.
We got
Go
the
to
bed.
the Airbnb.
We got the bed frames. Stuart brought those in,
All right.
but the mattresses hadn't come yet.
Oh.
So I had one thing. So then I was like, I said, you know what, Jay? I was, as if you remember from the last episode, I was dealing with my back.
Right.
So I said, I'm just
And you're
now.
still dealing with you.
Yeah, I
It's
said
an
I'm.
ongoing thing.
I said I'm just now being able to like lie down and not want to die. I said, if I lay on this mattress on the floor in the middle of the night and I have to get up to pee, I was like, I'm gonna have to wake you up.
13 steps.
And it's 13 steps all the way up there. I'm not doing it. And he goes, let's get a hotel for the night. So we got a hotel.
Okay.
We
Like a
end up,
Best West, like they have like.
yeah, just like a travel lodge.
Okay.
We go back to the house in the morning.
I've never been overseas.
That's okay.
I'm learning.
We go back to the house in the morning. The house is still cold, by the way.
What?
I'm like,
Stuart.
this is ridiculous.
Money ran out.
We start,
meter.
so we start kind of pulling up the rugs. We go back to work.
Okay.
Stuart comes over to see if we need anything.
Hello.
He saw us.
Cheerio.
He saw us like running around. So he's like, "You guys okay?" So I said, "It's still cold in here, Stuart." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "Fix it." and he goes,
He's a
"Well,"
go-to guy. Fix it, Stuart.
and he goes, "Well, you may have to bleed the radiators." And I said, "Well, that sounds complicated." And he goes, "No, you just turn the thing." And I said, "And like, does stuff come out?" And he goes, "Yeah, sometimes." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a thing."
Make a mess.
So Jay decided to turn it up even higher. That ended up working.
Celsius.
Yeah, that ended up working. The house got warmer.
Yay.
Now, in the process of working,
What was the temperature outside, though?
probably in the very early 50s. It was like
Okay.
50, 51.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much the temperature all week.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, in Fahrenheit, I don't know yeah.
It's 12 degrees Celsius.
So now upstairs
Okay.
is where the breaker box is, the
All right.
fuse box.
Right.
There's a little key in there. It looks like a little plastic key.
Okay.
And that key you have to take to the post office, and you put money on that key for your electricity.
Okay.
So we had that sorted out. So Jay, now we have heat and electricity on the meters.
Yeah, but how
Everything's
does the
great.
heat work without electricity? Like,
It wasn't.
What pumps the... oh, okay.
It wasn't working properly.
Oh, that's why.
So we got that all sorted out. Now, I
Alright.
was in the kitchen cleaning,
All right.
and I noticed that the kitchen sink had no faucet. It had the two the knobs for the water
Right.
and no spout.
Oh no.
And just to see what would happen, I turned the water on.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, and it went everywhere. So I'm cleaning it up. Now, underneath, I open up the sink because I'm hearing something, and there's this drip. And I'm like, oh, no.
Got a leak.
So I clean that up. We got a leak. So
50 degrees Fahrenheit equals to 10 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
That's
So
close.
I told Jay, I said, maybe there's something under there that's loose because this guy was just a maniac.
Yeah.
So we opened up the back door and we were doing something on the back because we have a very small, it's like an L-shaped backyard.
Okay. Grass.
And no, it's not grass, it's brick.
Okay.
And I have the beginnings of a picket fence. And then it kind of breaks off and it's very loose planks.
Ah.
So he and I are talking, and then all of a sudden, something in my periphery, I turn, and there's a face right as the picket fence ends, and he goes, "You all right?"
Is it Stuart?
No, not Stuart. And I was like, "Whoa!" And he goes,
Who's this guy?
"Are you all right?" And I said, "Well, that depends." And he
And
goes,
you are?
"Yeah." So he goes, "Are you?" Basically, you wanted to know what we were doing. And I said,
Keep yourself to yourself.
"Yeah." So I said, "Well, we bought this house." And he goes, "Oh, you bought it?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh." And
Oh no.
yeah. So then he goes, so we introduce ourselves. His name is Chris.
Chris. Does he spell with
Oh.
a K?
I have no idea. So Chris is like, "Oh, where are you two from?" And I said, "Massachusetts." And he goes, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
He just told you bought the fucking house.
And I said,
Vacation.
"Well, we love the country. We bought the house." And he's like, okay. And he's like, "Well, I was renting this and my tenant moved out." He's like, he trashed the place. And I said, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that." And he goes, I gotta fix all the stuff he broke." And I said, "I'm sorry." I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Not my problem.
So he goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, let me know if you need any help with anything. I'm happy to help you. I'm over
Everybody's
here."
very helpful over there.
Yeah. He goes, I'm here to help. I'm over here. I'm already fixing stuff. He's like, "I need your help."
Fix that fence.
So, and then he says to me, he goes, "I'm going to be doing the whole fence here, like replacing the whole fence." And I said, "Oh, that's great." And he goes, "Technically, it's your fence. Is it okay if I fix it?" And I said, I have no
Go
opinion,
for it.
Chris. I was like, "Keep going. Fix it."
Probably send you a bill. That would suck.
So
Get a bill from Chris.
Jay and I went back in, and then we were inside for like 10 minutes, and I looked at him and I said, "You know what? I wonder if Chris knows how to fix a sink." And he goes, "I don't know. Let's ask." So I go back
The
outside.
jack of all trades.
I go back outside, and Chris is still outside. So I said, "Hey, Chris."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." And I said, "We're having a thing with the sink." I was like, "It's kind of leaking." I was like, "I don't know if something under there is loose or something." I was like,
broken.
Do you think maybe you could take a quick peek at it?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I can take a quick peek at it for you." He's like, Sure." So he comes over.
Sure.
He comes over and he looks underneath and he goes, "Oh, you got a piece here and it's not good." And he's like, "I got parts." He goes, "I have parts." He said, I think I can fix this."
Nice.
So I said, "Great, Chris." So I was like, "I
That's
really
awesome.
appreciate it." Now, British people get very embarrassed when you give them any kind of praise or any kind of thanks. So I said, "Yes." So I said, "Go, Chris, I really appreciate it. You're a great neighbor." Da, da, da. And he goes, "Yeah, okay." Then he so
What? He turned on you?
no, it's just he was embarrassed. He did not like to be thanked.
Okay.
So he comes back over and he fixes it and we're
Fuck you,
chatting.
Chris.
And we're chatting. And then Jay offered to pay him for the part. And he goes, "No, I had it. Don't worry about it." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "Either of you handy?" And I said, What do you mean?" And he goes, "Handy, could you fix things around the house?" He said, "How are your repairs?" And I said, "I'll be honest with you, Chris, not very good."
We asked you for help.
And he pauses, looks at me, and goes, "Then this is going to be interesting." And he walked away.
I guess so. They got Emma, Stuart, and Chris.
Yep.
Did you start cracking and laughing when you said that?
Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
I
He was.
can almost hear you right now.
I was laughing really hard. Yeah. I was laughing so hard.
Be
And
interesting.
Later on, we were outside doing something, and he was back outside, and I had said something to him, and he didn't even. He gave me a look, but he didn't give me an answer, and I was like, "Chris, your lack of answer is all the answer I need." And he started cracking up laughing. He was like, "Oh my god."
Question?
I forget what it was. It was just something very basic, and he was like, So we get all the rugs
This is
pulled
day
up.
one.
Yeah, we ended up running to the store, and when we went to the store, they tried to deliver the mattress,
Okay.
and because
Emma got it.
It was too heavy.
Oh,
They
no.
won't leave heavy things with neighbors, so they left us a redelivery.
Okay.
So we were all set to stay there Tuesday night, and then we couldn't.
No mattress.
No mattress.
Damn.
So
Back to the hotel.
I said, we got to go back to the hotel.
Damn.
I said, what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to get up at the crack of dawn, be back at the house, because they gave us a window of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Very helpful. I said, we're going to have to, one of us is going to have to stay at the house until the mattresses come.
Yep.
Which is fine because we still had plenty to do.
I went to the bathroom and they came and they left. Damn it!
I couldn't get down the 13 steps. That was my fear, I'm like, somebody's going to knock on the door when I'm in the bathroom and be like,
those-
wait!
That was in that movie with the grown-ups too. Like,
Yeah, with the cable.
She's like, I got bunions.
Chris Rock waits till she goes to the bathroom.
So
Anyway,
he
Sorry,
ended up
mister.
going to the store, and I stayed home to wait for the mattresses. Now,
now,
here's the part that Sean would be very interested in.
oh boy.
Because I was by myself, I got the Jesus juice vial,
Oh no.
and I went around and I did the house blessing. I did record it, but it's kind of awkward when you record yourself. And
Okay.
I went all the way up the stairs, and then I did upstairs, and then I did the bathroom last, I think. And I did the little cross on the mirror.
There you go. Close that portal.
Yeah, I was like, "Here you go, Sean. See, it's closed."
Amen.
Yeah. The mattresses
Did
ended
you
up.
experience anything
No.
out of the ordinary while you were there?
I didn't.
right.
The mattresses
Must be a
ended
nice
up
neighborhood.
coming. As long as you keep yourself to yourself.
They won't haunt you.
No. The mattresses ended up coming, and we had already got the bed frame set up, so it was like just throw
What
them on
size
there.
mattress? King.
It's a king for Europe, so it's a queen here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So we did end up staying at the house on Wednesday.
Nice.
Finally.
With heat.
With the heat. The heat was working a little too well at that point.
Oh
He
damn.
is on.
So at one point, I was trying to figure out what to do about the sink. I wanted to get it fixed. So there's a light in the kitchen, and it's one of those long fluorescent tubes.
Okay.
And it was missing, and it was driving Jay crazy. He goes, we have to get the bulb for this.
Back to the store.
I said,
Back to B&M.
I said, do we really have to? And he goes, yes.
B&Q.
So no, this was the B&Q. So we go to the B&Q, we get the tube, the light.
Right.
We go back to the house, too short.
Damn.
We go back to the B&Q. Yeah.
With your receipt.
Shit.
Exchange that, get another light. This time it's the right length. Go back to the house. Now, for these particular lights, they have something called the starter cap. It was missing the cap. So we had to go back to the B&Q. This was like a
Do
span
they know you
of,
by name there?
this was a span of like 2 days. 2 days back and forth.
For a light bulb.
So
Wow.
I had said to Jay, I said, I'm going to take a picture of the sink. And while we're going back there, I'm going to ask the girl or whoever's over there, like, hey, what can I do to fix the sink?
Got it.
So we were doing a divide and conquer. So he goes off to get the light exchange and whatnot.
Ready? Brick.
And I go to the kitchen department. Now, the kitchen and the bath are both together. There's one girl sat in the middle, and she's on like a little computer, and she doesn't give a shit about anything. So I try to figure it out myself. I can't. So I walk over to the girl, and I said, excuse me. And she goes, yes. And I said, do you work in like the kitchen sink department? And she goes, I do. And I said, yeah. And I said,
Yes.
I don't want to alarm you, but I am going to show you a photo.
Oh no.
And she goes, what? And I said, I need to show you a photo of what I'm dealing with. And she goes, okay. Like anything can happen at this point for her in her mind. So I show her a picture of the kitchen sink.
Got it.
And she goes, yeah. And I said, what can I do to fix this? And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, as you can probably tell from everything about me, I'm not from this country. And I said, so I just want to know.
Far from home.
I want to know, can I just buy the spout? Or what? Like what? How do I fix it?
Right.
How do I make it so water doesn't fly all over my kitchen? So she goes, you're going to have to replace the whole spout, the whole faucet.
Okay. Knobs.
And I was like, are you? And I said, Rebecca, because her name was Rebecca. I wasn't just calling her Rebecca. That was her name. So I said, Rebecca, are you serious? And she goes, yes. And I said, I'm not fond of this answer. And she goes, well, if it helps, the taps are all universal. So you buy one, it's going to fit. And I said, Rebecca, that does not help me. And I said, okay. I said, well, in America, I said, you have the hot line and the cold line, and they go to the taps. I said, you disconnect them, you undo a couple of bolts, and your faucet piece comes off. I said, is it that easy here? And she goes, I don't know what you mean by the water lines. And I said, we can stop right now, Rebecca. Because you already told me everything I need to know.
Damn.
I said, the fact that you're confused means it's not going to be good. So she starts telling me, like, oh, this is what you do. And I'm like, you might as well stop. I said, it's a waste of time.
I was hoping you gotta go down the other road and I know this guy named Chris. He could really help you.
I really didn't want to talk to Chris again. So I said, well, I am going to buy the tap. And I said, somebody's going to put it in. Probably not me. And I walked away. And I found Jay, and he was chatting with Steve.
Steve.
He was having a good old chat with Steve.
All right. About
And
bulbs?
about electricity.
All
They were
right.
just chatting about electricity. And I stood there for a few minutes, and Jay looked like he was in his happy place. And I waited for them to come to a natural stop. And then I looked at Jay and I said,
2 hours
We need to
later.
leave now.
and I said, I have to replace the whole faucet. And he goes, oh, that sucks. And I said, yeah. And then Steve goes, oh, do you need any help? You need any tools, whatever? And I said, well, maybe you can help me, Steve. And then I said, in
Rebecca wasn't
America,
much help.
the 2 water lines come to the thing, and then you undo the bolt and take off the faucet. I said, am I looking at something that easy? And he goes, no.
Damn, Steve.
And I said, that's great, Steve. And he goes, well, there's a C-clamp thing, and da-da-da. And I said, stop, Steve. I'm not going to do this.
I'm already confused.
I said, I'm buying the faucet, but I'm not putting it in. And he goes, it's not as hard as you think it is. I'm sure you'll get it. And I was like, I think you're overestimating me.
Give me your address. Steve, come on over.
You don't know me.
You don't know me, Steve.
I thought Chris was going to fix it. He said he had the stuff to fix it.
Oh, he fixed the leak,
Oh,
but not
okay.
the faucet.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
At least it's not leaking.
no, it's not leaking. I mean, I'm going to have it fixed. I'm just not going to be the one to do it.
Someone
sure
else
there's
can
a-
do this.
Sure, there's probably a YouTube tutorial you can follow.
Yeah. Well, I'd have to.
You got to get the UK version.
I'd have
Yeah.
to leave town to get the Wi-Fi signal so I could watch the YouTube thing. Oh,
Play it on a laptop and record it on your phone.
yeah. I mean, I'm just. I'm
Give me.
quickly looking for. So we were in a different store.
All right.
I was looking for security cameras, which I ended up getting off Amazon
Nice.
because they were cheaper. But we were in this store. It's an electronics store, and
Radio
so
Shack.
it's called Curry's.
Oh, doesn't begin with a B.
No,
Like
doesn't
everything
begin
else
with a B. Doesn't begin with a B.
Curry's.
The B&E store.
So someone comes over to me. You know, they were all over us.
Damn.
You know, do you need any help? Do you need any help? Do you need any help? Like the
Yes.
third person came over and was like, "Can I help you with anything?" And I said, "Excuse, yeah, maybe." And he goes, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Well, you know."
Excuse me.
And so I started asking him about the cameras, and I was like, "Is it wired? Is it wireless? Blah blah blah." So he goes, "Well, it's wireless and you need Wi-Fi." And I said, "Ugh." I said, "Well, I don't have Wi-Fi yet." And
You
he
lost me
goes,
there.
"You don't have Wi-Fi?" He looked at me like I was insane. He's like, "You don't have Wi-Fi?" And I was like, "Listen,"
Listen, Steve.
I said, "as you can hear from my voice, I'm not from here."
Look at me.
And then he goes, "You don't say." And I said, "I do say."
Where you from?
And he says, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Massachusetts." And he goes, "Oh my goodness." And I
I'm so
said,
surprised.
"That is an appropriate response. I like that response. That's right. That's a right response."
Look at me when I was living at the apartment. How long I was there without Wi-Fi.
Mm.
Everyone else was enjoying Wi-Fi and talking about it, and
5 years.
I'm still home watching DVDs and Blu-rays.
I very much wanted Wi-Fi, but the waiting list wasn't. We weren't able to make it work
Right.
because there was like a 3-week waiting list, and I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I was like, well,
Darn.
I'm quickly trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot of work. By the end of the week, my leg was killing me. I did not sleep on the plane on the way over.
No.
I took a sleeping pill and everything. I maybe slept for like an hour and a half,
This was dark.
I suppose.
Gonna show like
However-
an in-flight movie.
I didn't bother with that.
Airplane.
On the way back, so our flight was like for 7-8 o'clock Sunday morning.
Mhm.
My house is about 4.5-5 hours from Heathrow, so we were gonna have to get up at like 1 a.m. to
Damn.
drive back to the airport. So in my stupid brain, I said, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'll just stay awake. Because it's not worth going to bed to sleep for a couple hours to
What'd
get
you
up.
for rental.
It was a Volvo thing.
Oh, nice.
I took a picture of it. It was I hated it the entire time. I hated it, but I will say
I bet you missed your car.
I did miss my car, but this had a heated steering wheel, which I didn't know I liked until I got to use one.
Is that next?
No. But I was like, I feel really fancy. I said, and my hands are so toasty.
I bet you could use that right now.
My hands are always cold. So Jay and I would take turns driving, and every time he got in the passenger seat, he would turn the heated steering wheel and the seat on for me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
He's like, "Here you go."
He's a good husband.
Occasionally. So I decided to stay up. And
I'm on your side, Jay. I'm on your side.
he's trying. So by the time we got to the airport, I was super tired. I didn't even need to take a sleeping pill.
Oh.
We were at the gate waiting to board, and I was kind of falling asleep. By the time we got on the plane, we took off. I don't think we were in the air 5 minutes, and I was passed out.
Damn.
And Jay's like, "Jeez." I woke up
Now
like
the flight's the same amount of time as the drive, right? 5 hours.
the flight was about 5.5 hours. I woke up like 3 hours later, and Jay's like, "You've been passed out." I said, "Good. I needed to
We're over
sleep.
the ocean.
I needed to sleep."
We are over a body of water.
Yeah.
You told me at one point that Jay actually found a ham radio.
Oh
store.
God, the ham radio store. We went
That's
out.
another pin.
We had a free day. I think it was Friday. We were supposed to. We had to for the property manager. We had to get them a key made
Right.
and get them the key.
Yeah.
The problem is I went to 3 different locksmiths, and all of them said we can't duplicate this key.
Why?
Well, I have no idea.
Does it say it on the key?
Call
Do
the
not duplicate?
locksmith.
It doesn't say that.
Hmm.
And we went to 3 different ones, and the last guy we went to said that we can't duplicate this key, but if you go to the website for the key, the manufacturer of the key,
Right.
and type in the code on the back of the key,
They'll send you one.
they'll send you a key.
Nice.
And then you won't be home with our eyes.
So I said,
For a minimal fee.
no.
Sorry we missed you.
Oh yeah, I mean it cost me I think like $20.
No, it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. And I
For one key?
contacted for one key, yeah.
Oh.
And I contacted the property people and I was like, "Can I just have the key sent directly to you?"
What are their names?
Or like property management or something.
Oh.
So I said, "Can I just have the key sent directly to you because I'm not there anymore?" So they're like, "Oh yeah, have it sent to us." So they should have the key by now. And then they were supposed to go over there with somebody today and look at the broken window to fix the window.
Got it.
So,
Well,
oh yeah, and it ended up raining Friday. So we like washed the floors. We got rid of a lot of stuff at the landfill. And Jay goes, I said, "Do you want to like take a little drive?" We were going to the electronics store, and there was something else we were gonna do. And so we were out, and then he goes, and I said, "Yeah,"
I
and
like
he goes,
this already.
"This ham radio guy, he's the like store." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can I go?"
like a little kid.
And I said,
Do my chores? Can I go?
And I said, "Do I have to go in with you?" And he said, "Not if you don't want to." And I said, "Definitely not." And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what,
See you later.
because I had not, my online dealings were very short. And I said, I haven't really been on the internet in all week. I said, so how about I catch up on my texting and find out what's going on in the world?" I said, "And you can go do ham radio things." So while he was in the ham radio thing, I was texting and just
Catching up.
catching up with stuff. It's like, oh,
I was one of those you were texting with.
you did.
You told me he was in there, and I started laughing.
Yeah. And then Sean's like, I forget what you said. Like, is it down an alley or something? And I'm like, it's just a random neighborhood.
Oh, I was picturing like what you would see on like movies or something.
No, it's just a
Like you see
random.
this house and you got all this land around it. Your next neighbor is like over there, like a mile away or half a mile away.
No.
Then you send me the picture. It's like what do they call those?
Like a cul-de-sac?
I guess
Or it was just some random
it's like
neighborhood.
one long house, but it's all like divided.
Yeah. Oh, they call those like row houses.
Is that what they are
Yeah.
over there? Is that what you're in?
Yeah.
You're at your back alley, or your back road.
My back road.
That just looks creepy at night.
I
wouldn't want to be out there at 2 a.m.
It does. It does.
Jack the Ripper
Yeah.
stalking you.
I wasn't. Jay
They
went
never
outside.
caught him.
Jay went outside to take that photo. I wasn't going out there.
Nope.
Listen, I keep myself to myself.
Here, look at this.
Do you have a winner last week?
We
Or?
did not. I don't even remember what the quote was. Sorry. But this week's quote's worth 2. And Sean's got his gift card giveaway. You can go first, Sean.
That's hilarious. I don't remember what it was.
So, Sean, how do you enter your contest? For those who don't know.
Simply,
All right.
Simply, I like simple.
go to the comments section on our YouTube.
Yep.
Put your name down. Hashtag Sean next to it. And then I will put your name in here.
Yeah.
And then you can win a gift card.
All right. Where's the gift card for?
$5 at Dunks.
Ooh.
By the way, since we're doing the drum roll and I have about 10 seconds, my work did an employee appreciation thing. They gave me like a virtual thing to Dunks, and I was like, I didn't even have to get the quote.
And the winner is... Congratulations to...
Vanessa.
Vanessa!
Hey!
Yay! You get 1 gift card. If you get the movie quote, you'll get 3.
Oh, boy.
Because this one's worth 2. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. In order to win mine, Comment the name of the movie on a YouTube video. First and correct, you win. Easy enough. They are not millionaires, Miss Hathaway. They are, in fact, billionaires. Comment
Ooh.
below.
I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you off camera.
Someone's got to tell me. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Before I send it down the table, here's your fun fact of the week. Researchers have found that the spring forward to daylight savings time, i.e. putting your clocks forward an hour, causes a 6% increase in fatal car accidents in the U.S.
What?
during the work week following the adjustment, and the results in about 28 additional deaths each year.
Okay.
I
I
know.
think we should stop.
Welcome back.
Have a great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day, which is Monday.
Have a good everything. Peace.